Okay.
Can
Now,
you hear me clearly?
clearly now. Thank you. After this, our event will be start.
Yes. Okay.
Yes. Please to waiting for a second.
Inshallah.
Wow, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Good morning, all the participants of the first Noor Huda Mustofa International Conference 2025. I hope that you all in a great happiness and healthy. Before we start this conference, I would like to inform you the rules of this conference for all the participants. First, please rename your Zoom by typing name underscore department underscore affiliations. We'll repeat again. Please rename your Zoom by typing name underscore department underscore affiliation. And then the second, set your camera on and set your Zoom into mute mode. And please join this conference till the end. This international conference is also live streaming in our YouTube channel, Universitas NHM, Noor Huda Mustofa. Thank you.
Terlalu indah untuk kami lupakan ketika kau hadir dalam kegelapan karena ketiadaan cahaya purnama hadirmu membawa petunjuk keilmuan. Di sini kami singgah mengabdi Universitas Noor Huda Mustofa untuk bekal
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, salam sejahtera. Shalom, Om Swastiastu, Namo Buddhaya, salam kebajikan rahayu. The Honorable Director of Noor Huda Mustofa University, Professor Dr. M. Hasinuddin, Magister Keperawatan. Whom we respect the speakers, Professor Zahra Saad from Mahsa University, Malaysia, Assistant Professor Dr. Tsani Glomchai, PhD from Prabowo Marachanok Institute, Thailand, and team, Sashiwami Chaikul, MSN PhD from Boro Marajonani College of Nursing, Thailand, all the lecturers and students of Noor Huda Mustofa University, all the participants, and all the committees who have organized this event. Ladies and gentlemen, before we begin the event, let us offer our praise and gratitude to the presence of Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala, who has given His guidance and His grace and guidance so that we can gather today in the healthy conditions to participate in the event of the Day 2, the first Noor Huda Mustofa International Conference 2025 with the theme Advancing Health, Science, Information and Technology based on Lekakacha for Sustainable Development on Friday, January 10th, 2025. And please allow me, Ms. Mufidah, to guide this event. Ladies and gentlemen, on this Day 2 of NIC 2025, we have several agendas as follows: opening, the speaker presentations, the announcements of best oral presentations, and closing ceremony. Ladies and gentlemen, let us begin the conference today by reciting Basmalah together. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Thank you. Now we continue to the second session of speaker presentations. As you know that yesterday, we have finished the first session of speaker presentations with 3 fabulous speakers and insightful presentations from Indonesia. They are Professor Dr. M. Hasinuddin, Magister Keperawatan from Noor Huda Mustofa University, Mrs. Sri Fatmawati, MSc, PhD, from 10 November Institute of Technology Indonesia, and Mrs. Gita Nirmalasari, Sarjana Sains Terapan Magister Kebidanan PhD from Health Polytechnic Ministry of Health of Jakarta III, Indonesia. And today we have 3 expert speakers from abroad. They are Professor Zahra Saad from Mahsa University, Malaysia, Assistant Professor Dr. Tsani Glomchai, PhD from Prabowo Marachanok Institute, Thailand, and team, and Sushiwami Chaikul, MSN PhD from Boro Marajonani College of Nursing, Thailand. And of course, with our great moderator, Mrs. Heni Ekawati, Sarjana Keperawatan Nurse, Magister Keperawatan. Well, ladies and gentlemen, maybe all the participants yesterday have known about her, but I would like to share you again about the profile of our moderator today. Mrs. Heni Ekawati, Sarjana Keperawatan Nurse Magister Keperawatan. She is a lecturer in nursing in Noor Huda Mustofa University, majoring pediatric nursing. And she pursued her magister program from Universitas Indonesia. And she has numerous research publications at home and abroad. And without further ado, to Mrs. Heni Ekawati, the time is yours.
Thank you for Mrs. Nisper as a fabulous Master of Ceremony for a second day in NIC 2025. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome again to the first Noor Huda Mustofa International Conference 2025, an event dedicated to advancing knowledge, sharing expertise, and building connection within the health community. My name is Heni Ekawati, and I'm honored to serve as your moderator for second day in this event. The first NHM International Conference theme is Advancing Health, Science, Information and Technology based on the local culture for sustainable development. This theme highlights the critical role that health professionals play in healthcare and explores ways we can continue to evolve as a profession. Before we begin, I would like to express our big thank you to you, all of you, for taking time to join us today. Together, we are shaping the future of health professionals. We would like to also welcome those participants who are joining us virtually. We wish that you could join us in person directly. To start, let me outline the structure of our second day in NIC 2025. Today, we have 3 speakers. They will present several interesting topics, and then each presentation followed by Q&A segment. Please note that participants who are joining us virtually can submit your question in chat column, and we will address them after the presentation. Now, let's begin with our first speaker. Before we start the presentation, maybe I have to greet her first. Assalamualaikum, Professor Zahra.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you for joining us today. How do you do?
Alhamdulillah. Salam.
Alhamdulillah.
Yeah.
Great, thank you. Our first speaker is Professor Zahra Saad from Mahsa University, Malaysia. Before her delivering the presentation, I will read her curriculum vitae. We can see the educational background. She has graduated from Master in Management Science, Doctor in Educational Leadership, NIC University, Arizona, USA, postgraduate teaching and learning, and ongoing PhD in Management Science. Her areas of expertise: curriculum development, management and leadership, reflective practice in nursing community service and home nursing, quality life in elderly and gerontology. Her career as a nurse has been 50 years. Yes, you didn't hear it wrong. I said 50 years, not 15. From 1974 until today, as a clinical nurse, as a nursing instructor, as a director of nursing, as a dean of Mahsa University College. A lot of experience as speaker, guest, advisor, panel, module leader, adjunct lecturer. I'm sorry, Professor Zahra, I cannot read all your curriculum vitae because it would take a lot of time. And there is no doubt that Professor Zahra Saad is a very experienced nurse. And today she will discuss about management and corporate culture on health sector. Professor Zahra, you have 30 minutes to deliver your presentation. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Professor Zahra Saad from Mahsa University, Malaysia. Time and screen is yours.
Thank you. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. And salam kebajikan, salam Malaysia Madani from Malaysia. First of all, the respected director, director from the Noor Huda, and distinguished speakers, respected lecturers, and all the dearest participants. First of all, I also would like to thank the organizing committee for this kind invitation. And thank you, Ms. Hani, the moderator, for your kind introduction. I am humble. And yesterday, I had one webinar with one of the Indonesia also at University Kepanjen, Malang, and with another topic on the this today on the management and the corporate culture. What we're going to do today is on the sharing, and it's not too late for me to congratulate University Noor Huda for upgrading from stickers to university. I saw the YouTube and very good profile of the University Noor Huda. We are so proud of our academic partner. I haven't been there and hope one day we can go and visit your hospital, your university. Thank you. So I would like to start with the introduction of my university first before I go to the topic that the theme for this is advancing health science and information and technology on local for sustainable development. However, I will highlight on the management and corporate culture. Let me introduce Masa University as I am already here for past 20 years. Can we share the video, please? Thank you. So we have many programs. Since there's no sound is okay, I will share with you this video. Later you can check in our YouTube, in the website. We have many corporate video to show on the campus and the program. We welcome especially those with the Sarjana S2. We can assist and facilitate for your S3 for PhD, and many our academic partner Indonesian student with the PhD with us. Yeah, we would like to welcome our academic partner, our student to join PhD with us, and not only for the PhD, maybe other program as well. So this is our corporate video. Yeah, I'm not sure whether the sound is you can hear or not. Since I did not hear the sound, I try to talk here. This is also other non-medical that even the engineering faculty also we have. This is about nursing, and we have very good skill lab in the university, and our nursing from undergraduate, diploma, degree, bachelor, master up to PhD with other 11 specialty. Yeah? And the nursing under health science, nursing and education. So today we have many who join under the credit transfer as well, and we also welcome for mobility program. We welcome for the credit transfer program, and also any summer camp program that you would like to come over. And we also would like to bring our students to go to abroad. We can go to Indonesia, we can go to other country as well. So this is the video that to show the program. However, if you would like to have the briefing, just let me know. I will arrange someone, the education counselor, to brief in detail. Okay, that is about the facilities. And where is the campus? It's very near. The campus is once you reach the airport, international airport, is about half an hour from the international airport to Masa campus. Okay, thank you. That is my introduction on the university. So this is the hospital which adjacent to the university, because our compound is around 70 acres there, and the hospital just opened last year. This is coming to second year, and we have all the facilities. We have quite a number of our academic partners visited us, and the recent one is from Muhammadiyah and also Yatsi Madani, and also Tangerang. We have also from Pekanbaru University and quite number, because in our MOU we have almost around 30 to 40 academic partners from Indonesia, and also the stickers plus the university as well. So this hospital with almost actually going to reach 100 bed now, but we aim for 250 bed. And at the moment, they started with 80 first. And director of nursing is very experienced. She is Associate Prof. Dr. Siti Rosna. She with her more than 25 years experience as in the nursing industry. She was in Saudi. She also worked in Saudi. So this is our Masa Specialist Hospital. Thank you. Now I'm going to start with my presentation. Can we show my screen? Okay. The topic given to me is on the management and corporate culture in health sector. And congratulations again to the Noor Huda Mustofa. This is the first international conference I follow yesterday. I can listen and I have a lot of knowledge from yesterday's talk by various distinguished speakers. I learned about your Madu, learn about the internal medicine, and from various speakers. And happy that we can learn from each other. Today, the topic given to me, apart from your main theme, is advancing health science, information and technology on local for sustainable development, which we are at the same pace. So everybody know about SDG. We should achieve by 2030. And from my topic given today for sharing is on the management and corporate culture. And yeah, in short, the answer here, everyone in the organization, they are, aware. They all know what is corporate culture, but it's not solely for the top management or the human resource to dictate or to come out with that, but is a shared responsibility among all employees to uphold and cultivate the desired culture. Yeah, this desired culture, and because everybody, to everywhere and they say everywhere and anywhere. That is not doesn't mean that so easy to translate the corporate culture. So this will be easily defined if everybody aware of your mission, your vision, your values, your ethics, and again the environmental environment in your working and in your environment. Okay. So let us go to the next slide. That is the next slide, please. Okay, that is about me. The one mentioned by the dedicated moderator, Miss Hani just now. And yeah, I'm just sharing because I already coming to the 50 years. It's not 15 years. 30 years in the government sector and 20 years in the private. So I always looking on the bright side of anything, that we must be positive. We know what we want to do today should be better than yesterday. What we're going to do tomorrow should be better than today. So I would like to have this to inculcate in all the nurses and all our fraternity, that in the healthcare professional, we always want to do the best for our clients. Next one, please. So the overview of my presentation, I will speak on the cultural diversity and how this from the Malaysian context, a bit brief on the short briefing lah on the overview of the corporate culture in healthcare. So I also give to the secretariat the song for the corporate culture from Malaysia, which are a very nice lyric. Same like I listened just now to your university song, also very nice. Lyric very good. Even yesterday I follow during the selingan, the intermediate, during the break. You have a lovely song by your, I know there is someone, the singer like Siti Nurhaliza. The voice is very very nice. Yeah. So we will follow on the importance of corporate culture and innovation in the healthcare sector. And this is about shared value and ethics. The most important here is patient-centered focus, and about the team collaboration and respect. In the Malaysian corporate culture, we have three values. Three values that they call it 3P. That means is professionalism. Then you have to be patient. That means caring. You have to have the teamwork, kerja berpasukan. That means profesionalisme, penyayang. P penyayang. In bahasa penyayang, then pasukan. That means 3P. For the corporate culture in the Malaysian Ministry of Health, they come up with the 3P, the penyayang, professionalism and pasukan. That means teamwork must have good teamwork, must have caring and also professionalism. Yeah. Okay, next one. So this is about the global. Everybody talking is what to say, everywhere, everywhere, and anywhere. Everybody know about the culture that even in the private, in the private and in the public. This is how we come up with a mission, come up with a vision, value, ethics, and design. Even design of the office is also part of the corporate culture. Yeah. Okay. So in the KKM, our Ministry of Health, as I mentioned, we have three P. In bahasa mean that penyayang, bekerja pasukan, and professionalism. But for my topic today, I will go in the conceptual approach. I would like to share what I have come out with this, some digital search and the focus group. Then this is part of what I also written in the one of the textbook. There one in the nursing management and leadership. Part of them written also on the corporate culture. I can share with you. Third edition will come out at the end of the year. I try to inculcate and maybe some latest info. Thank you. Next one. Okay, this is about collaboration in the management and corporate culture in health sector. There's no one and island. We are working together. We have to collaborate. We have interdisciplinary, interprofessional. Everybody must work together. So this is about collaboration. We are working together. As the saying goes, the saying goes, this is from South Africa. What proverb they said? If you want to go fast, you go alone. But if you want to go far, we go together. So if we want to go to greater height, we have to collaborate. We have to be together. Some may be in the front, some will be at the follower, but the rest still we are in the team. We are in the team members in the organization. The leadership, however, play a significant role in setting the tone for the corporate culture. And they are responsible for the establishing the mission. This is what the management is now, how to make the things done. That's why the leaders play a significant role in setting the tone, and they are responsible for establishing the company or the organization mission and vision, the value. So we serve as a foundation of the corporate culture. Okay. So the leaders should also lead by example and ensure that their action align with the desired cultural value. So this is what is very, very important in this. Okay. So as we know, okay, next one. Okay. We have come up with the core value. We talk about ethics and professionalism. Later on, I would like to share with you how I come up with some conceptual approach that for us to remember the 7P. How the most important in the role of corporate culture, everybody must have this. What is that? We have to aim for the best. We want to aim for the best practice because, as the quality guru says, the largest room in this world is room for improvement. So, what you do today should be better than yesterday. What you doing tomorrow should be better than today. So, every day we want to improve. We want to be the best because that is part of the role of corporate culture. Because in this organization, with good corporate culture, we can have, the best practice. And our client, if you're in the university, your student is your client, they will be happy and they want to come and study at your university. And if you're in the hospital, the patient, happy and satisfied with your care, they will talk good, they will give a positive remark uh, on your organization. So, of course, okay, we go to the next one. Next slide. In the public and versus private sector, of course, there are different in corporate culture between these sectors. However, they have to set their values. And most important, you must know that a positive organization with a good corporate culture can attract higher quality customer. Yeah. Also, the organization also with a good corporate culture reduce turnover rate. Okay. When the employee, like so in the private or in the private or in the public, when the employee don't feel as though they fit in that, they will start looking for other work as well. They may not feel welcome due to negative environment. So the not good corporate culture there, not good culture there. They may not feel welcome due to negative environment at work, or when the organization culture does not fit with their values. Okay, so the turnover rate uh, is higher, the turnover. So a good corporate culture will reduce the turnover. Yeah, we want to keep the good employee, with us. So a good organization with a good corporate culture is very important and will give more and higher productivity. Yeah, okay. So that is about in the Malaysian context, how the multiculturalism impact workplace dynamic. I mentioned about the reduced turnover rate and also, of course, higher productivity. Okay, addressing staff burnout and whether all that one is balancing traditional practice and everything is what we are talking every day. Next one. In the next slide, we talk about leadership, right? Leadership in the building trust. Okay. Next slide, please. Okay, they're building trust and transparency in leadership practice, technology and corporate culture. So this is what we mentioned just now. Leadership role in shaping culture important of visionary leadership and healthcare. So there are a few who what to say, I want to learn from each other. I would like to share with you in the slide later on about our benchmark visit to visit few in the developed country with a good corporate culture, the organization, the hospital with what to say patient satisfaction. So they like to go to that hospital, and this building trust and the transparency in that practice. So this corporate culture, of course, as I mentioned just now, will reduce turnover rate, and also a good culture is inclusive and give the recognition. Okay, next one. Actually, there's some video, that one I already showed just now. Can go to the next slide, please. Please go to the next slide. So, okay, establishing clear organization value, initiative, employee well-being. So this is what I mentioned. We have a few hospital or medical center in our Malaysian setting. They also want to share their corporate culture values and how they come up with the higher, let's say, quality standard, and they keep on want to improve themselves. Okay. So this is about what we talk about the. Okay, next one maybe type. Okay, next slide. Next slide. Okay, next one. Okay. That one is part of the technology advancement. Okay. The YouTube that I show here is part of the earlier part, earlier video that you have seen. We go to the next slide, please. Okay. We have nurses, we have midwife, you have other allied health professional. So when you work in this set of setting and practice the at the range of professional level, you are the one who going to portray a good corporate culture. So your way of treating your client, everything need these 3P I mentioned just now. So in the workforce also represent here, of course, the nurses and also midwife, the largest of the healthcare profession, and the number is means so many, like what the earlier speaker mentioned. In Indonesia, of course, you have more, I think 4 or 5 times workforce than Malaysia. We have only 100 and they say 50,000. I check in the statistic in the World Bank, you have 3 times more than us. Of course, Indonesia is the largest world population, the largest population, apart from China, India, then US, number 4, the 4th largest population in the world, Indonesia. And what with the 17 million island, this Madura, I checked, your population is around 4 million. And today with the participant also, you have about 300 plus, such a big crowd for us, yeah. Okay, with the hybrid and so. So the most, like in our setting, we can have about 150 to 100. We are a small population, but anyway, we are working together. We are going to speak under one page. We want to be manage our team and our clinical care, our public health, our social service with the best quality. Okay. So next one. So the patient-centered care is our aim. Our vision is mission all towards patient-centered care. So when we highlight this, this is the corporate culture which you set the goals and strategy. You have the value set here. You have the behavior set, belief, and collective approach. Of course, in the setting of the corporate culture, there come with many what to say type. Okay. What in the uh, some small company, maybe they say a clan culture, the type 1 clan culture referred to as collaborative culture. Okay, that's something that primary the team on the teamwork community within the organization or small community. Okay, next one, you please go to next slide, please. Okay, so the management and corporate culture, this is the what corporate culture in the health center innovation as well. Next one, please, because I want to show the type. Do you have the type? Okay. Okay. This is what few in the patient safety. Okay. The global health gender diversity can go to the type of corporate culture. Okay. We have the next slide on the type of corporate culture. Next slide. Okay, this is the type of corporate culture. Okay, clan. This is what I mentioned is the collaborative culture. Primarily emphasize the importance of teamwork. Okay. Number two, adhocracy oriented culture is something that is something that what to say what the member here, they were primarily focus on the innovation and the risk taking. So that is adhocracy oriented culture. Because many successful this strategy, they characterized by its emphasis on adaptability and forward thinking. That is about number two. However, the culture create an entrepreneur atmosphere. Yeah. Okay. And the advantage of this is when you come into the high risk, the high reward give. The culture offer greater potential for growth. This one. And breakthrough as the willingness to experiment can lead to significant. Okay. So the third culture, of course, this one, the advocacy, they got some disadvantage because potential for lack of stability due to the high number of new something not attend to. Yeah, okay. Failure rate, the risk also can happen. However, the third market culture is in the market culture now. That the type 3 is the bottom line in the main priority is to get the revenue. So that is also the market oriented culture, with the organization, I mean the company profitability in mind. Mean that decisions are often made based on how will impact on the financial performance. So this is an organization that adopt this type of corporate culture is primarily focused on results, right? On result and also what to say, result and achieving measurable goals. And this result oriented mentally influence every aspect of the company operation. So from the strategy, planning, and also the outcome. And the advantage of the market oriented culture, employee generally a bit motivated, okay, because of competitiveness, because of the atmosphere, competitive atmosphere, intense focus, because got some profit making there. However, the disadvantage because it can be challenging for employees who engage with their work at deeper level and they don't have much time, so the quality time. So this is about hierarchy. The first one is the hierarchy. Last one, the type 4 hierarchy culture is one that adhere to the traditional corporate culture. And sometimes like in the armed forces, police, they have emphasis on the hierarchy culture. Okay. Next one. Next slide.
We apologize, Prof. Zahra. There is something trouble technically.
Okay, so I can proceed without the slide. Okay, since the time.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Maybe you want me to share or what? You have problem there? You want me to share? Or you have slide, you have difficulty there? Or you want me to share from my slide here? No. Okay, never mind. I thought I want to share the how many minutes more moderator, dear Henning? How long more?
We have 11 minutes, Professor
Okay.
Zahra.
Okay, so you can share the other slide, right? Can I share from my end here? I can't share, is it? Okay, next one there. Can go to the 7P, corporate culture. You go to the next one. There are 7P, since got 11 minutes. Can we go to the 7P of corporate culture? Next one. I want to give the conceptual approach on 7P of corporate culture. Next one. Another one. Yeah, that one we mentioned just now. And the next slide. Okay, this is, I try to come up with the analogy of 7P for corporate culture. Of course, P, number one is professionalism, a cornerstone corporate culture to ensure in maintaining a high standard of work ethics, ethical behavior and respect in the healthcare. And P, number two, is perseverance, because building a robust corporate culture requires sustained effort, especially in overcoming challenges like resource constraint or regulatory hurdles. So that is P number two. And for P number three is persistent. Persistent because we have to be persistent in what in bahasa said, right? Tahan, daya tahan, ya, daya tahan, ya. Daya tahan. Perseverance, I mean tabah, ya. Persistent, I mean keep on persistent, follow procedure and achieve organizational goals. So we are speaking under one page. It about remaining steadfast in applying ethical and quality standard. So next one is the number four. What is number four? P, number four. Performance. Of course, this is very important. When you in the organization, your KPI, key performance indicator, very important for the employer to assess your performance. A thriving corporate culture value a measurable outcome. You're encouraging high performance by setting clear objectives. Then you have to demonstrate a good performance. Recognizing achievement and fostering innovation ensure alignment with organizational goals. Yesterday, I taught on this at university webinar in Indonesia. We talk about best practice. So performance is very important. They have the KPI and so forth. On the P number 5 is people-centeredness. At the heart of healthcare, people, both patient and staff, still should be prioritized. A people-centered culture value empathy, collaboration, and inclusivity, creating an environment where everyone thrives. Yeah. So what is the P? Number 6 is corporate culture must evolve with time, progressiveness. What is time here? We must be dynamic, embracing innovation, adaptability, and a forward-thinking mindset. Because the way me is under the baby boomers, but I have another generation of Gen Y. I have generation of Gen X. Now those under 40, they are millennium. They are alpha, they are beta, generation different. So we have to be tuned up and creating environment where everyone will understand and work towards that. So that is about progressiveness. We must evolve with time. So time, my time, when I studied 50 years ago, and I learned about bringing the transparency. Nowadays, no need to bring transparency for the teaching. You just bring your time drive, or you just send. Yesterday, I just send my soft copy. I just send the drive, everything, all towards the technology, software. So this is about the latest progressiveness. We evolve with time, embracing innovation and we to adapt. So meaning that when we want to progress, we have to be a change agent. There are 4 types. This is again my favorite recommendation to all, that there are 4 types of people. Then first one is people who like to change, to make the changes. So I want to be the group 1 first. Number 2, the second category, people who claim other people's credit. That is in bahasa said, lembu punya susu, sapi dapat nama. That in bahasa. People claim other people's credit. Number 3, the person who wait and see. Cuba, tunggu dah lihat. That means they wait and see. You go first. Why you do not want to? You understand about corporate culture? No, I don't understand. Then what happened? Mama lah, I just wait. I don't understand. Why? I just come and go. I want to finish my work, come back and go, come back and go. That's all. And the fourth group is worse, resistant to change, do not want to do anything. So we do not want to be, we want to be the number 1 in the category number 1. The 7th one, the last one is purpose, a shared sense of purpose. And this is the team and drive into innovation. Okay, so this is all about promoting well-being and making meaningful contribution to the society. So the next slide is on the main team. So you have to be a good leader to focus and to reach the sustainable goals. Then today the main team on the sustainable goals. That means we are focusing on the number 3, third SDG. Next one.
Professor Zahra, 5 more minutes.
Okay, I would like to end, got 2 minutes for the song. So I really want to save the 2 minutes. You remind me 2 minutes, because I want you to tune our corporate song from our Ministry of Health, where you must try to listen to the lyric. So this is the essential hospital indicators for health management, which I do not want to explain more, because everybody has their own KPI and everybody has their own way of assessing in the performance, the employee in the organization. Next one. That is about the clinical practice guideline. We can always share. That is in our portal Rasmi Kementerian Kesihatan. We have 108 pages there about the corporate culture, about the clinical practice. All can be shared, and all is under the portal Rasmi, the official website in the Malaysian clinical practice. Can always go there and reach, and we are supposed to share. This is a good practice. Next one. Okay, the best practice in healthcare, remember, high tech, high touch. We are now embraced with the high technology, but don't forget, we have to oblige with our high touch. The patient, our priority. Healthcare, this is the healthcare challenges. Next one. So that I have, remember the healthcare as the fundamental right. Next one. So I want to save the last part for the song. Quality in healthcare practice. That is all what I taught just now. And we want to maintain quality in healthcare practice. That's why we have to embrace the good corporate culture. Next. Empowering and autonomy, we had mentioned just now. We value the autonomy. We have to be credential. Next one. Next, okay, that is what we have shown in this one. There's our SDG with the main team in the international conference today. We are focused more number 3. Okay, next one. This SDG, which they already taught yesterday. Next one. And okay, best practice. Another 2-3 slides before the song, please. Okay. Remember, education and training, continuous learning. A graduate who a person who graduate today and stop learning tomorrow is uneducated the day after. So knowledge is power. So keep on continues your training, continues acquire for knowledge, seeking for the knowledge, learn. Because investment in education give you a best return. Knowledge is power. Next one. So leadership play important role. So with time and okay, next one. Next. Okay, I have another about 3 minutes. This is the few benchmark visit when you want to do the best, you want to come up with the best practice. I just show you few benchmark visit. We went to UK, we went to US, went to Europe country to do the benchmarking, to adopt and adapt and come back. We want to practice the best care for our client. But we have to do some visit, educational visit, benchmark, and so forth. And sharing, that they want share success story. Next one.
2 minutes remain, Prof. Zahra.
Yeah. Okay. So now just stop the 2 minutes. I want to end with just song. Okay. Can you share our corporate just 2 minutes our corporate culture song? I hope got sound. Just now no sound. Please play that song with good lyrics about the corporate culture. Can you on about 2 minutes?
Bangsa yang sihat aset negara, kualiti hidup dipelihara, berpasukan berganding tangan, bertingkatkan taraf kesihatan. Secara profesional khidmat diberi, kecemerlangan matlamat kami, dimanapun jua di setiap waktu, kami sedia membantu. Kami penyayang pada semua, bagi kami tiada beza. Bertanggung jawab amalan kita, kesihatan dan maruah dijaga. Bangsa yang sihat aset negara, kualiti hidup dipelihara, berpasukan berganding tangan, bertingkatkan taraf kesihatan. Secara profesional khidmat diberi, kecemerlangan matlamat kami, dimanapun jua di setiap waktu, kami sedia membantu. Kami penyayang pada semua, bagi kami tiada beza. Bertanggung jawab amalan kita, kesihatan dan maruah dijaga. Secara profesional khidmat diberi, kecemerlangan matlamat kami, dimanapun jua di setiap waktu, kami sedia membantu. Dimanapun jua di setiap waktu, kami sedia membantu.
Hello, thank you, the moderator, and thank you to all the participants for your attention. Maaf jika ada apa yang kurang, yang baik itu dari Allah, yang kurang itu dari saya. Sekian, wabillahi taufiq wal hidayah. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi
Thank you, Prof.
wabarakatuh.
Zahra.
Thank you, Professor Zahra, for sharing your expertise. Some point I keep in my note, knowledge is power, then 4 type of corporate culture, and then 7P, from professional to purpose. That's very interesting topic to talk about. So now we are open Q&A segment for our first speaker. Participant who wants to ask a question, please submit in chat column. Okay, now we check for the Q&A chat column. Is there anyone who wants to ask a question? Okay, there is one question that's asked to Professor Zahra. I will read for you. Among Prof. Zahra experience with the time and changing need in the health sector, each young generation has different character and orientation. First, we call it X-millennial, and then Gen Z. What are the tips from Prof. Zahra, along with experience how to motivate each generation to continue to provide quality service orientation in human resource of different generation with health service. Now a lot of social media as a role model who provide example of lowering attitude. That's the question, Prof. Zahra. You can answer it now.
Yeah, thank you. So this is what the young generation, they do not want to hear, to delete the script where the senior leader, they will say, oh, during my time, I can do this, I can do that. Why the young generation cannot do this? That script should be deleted. You have to know what the young generation want. They are now the new technology, they want like this, they are more critical. They want everything by the evidence base. Sometimes the old school of thought different. Sometimes you do with gut feeling, oh, I used to do that. And during that time, maybe 50 years ago, the situation different. You cannot compare the currency 40 years, $1 Singapore equivalent to 1 RM ringgit Malaysia. Now, you can see $1 Singapore is, we need to be $3, $4, $5. So different situation. You have to adapt and you must understand what they want. So once you understand, then only we can synergize and work together. You cannot have the barrier. We have to understand. So we have to embrace with the changes. Right? Okay, we cannot be too rigid. I mean, the type of leader also is very important. Some people may like to practice autocratic leadership. Some will practice like transactional. So the most important, the young one, they want a transformational leadership. So, and here must understand the young generation now, they want a work-life balance. So we have to see all this. Once you understand what they need, then the work, the productivity will be higher. That is my advice to those who are still conventional thinking, to meet the younger generation thinking. Thank you.
Thank you for Zahra for your answer. Is there anybody want to ask again to Prof. Zahra before we close our first segment? I think it is enough, Prof. Zahra. Oh, once more from the Zoom, from Siti Sulaiha from nursing program. What are the obstacles faced in the process of equalizing health service in Malaysia? What are the obstacles?
What the obstacle? The obstacle maybe we can say that facilities about the financial also, they need the support from the government because in terms of like salary, in terms of the facilities, of course obstacle now in the nursing service everywhere is the human resource. Shortage of nurses. When there's a shortage, the nurses, they have to work double duty, they have to work long hours. So that can become their mental stress. So we have to look into this and we have to come up together how to retain the good nurses, how to come up with the more recruitment for nurses to make attraction to come and join in the in this workforce, in this career. Okay, so we have to be together to see this the issue now, shortage, and they have to work in the situation where work burden, overload. So that is the what to say situation now. In some places, of course, not every places. Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for the answer. It seemed that similar problem that we face in Indonesia, Professor
Yeah.
Zahra.
Yeah.
Okay, because we have a limited time, we have to end our first segment. For the next, we will give you the online certificate. We would like to Professor Hasin as a rector of University Noor Huda Mustofa to give certificate officially.
Thank you very much, Prof. Zahra.
Thank you. Thank you, Prof.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, Prof. Zahra, for your time. And we would like to continue for the next speaker. Prof. Zahra can stay in the Zoom if you want to join for the next speaker. Ladies and gentlemen, we continue with the second speaker. Our second speaker is Mrs. Susewa Wichaikul. Our second speaker is Mrs. Susewa Wichaikul, Master of Nursing Science, PhD from Boro Marajonani College of Nursing, Thailand. Let me greeting her first. Hello, Mrs. Susewa.
Hello,
Good morning.
morning.
สวัสดีค่ะ
Selamat pagi.
Okay. How do you do, ma'am?
It's fine.
Okay, thank you. The same as before, I will read Mrs. Susiwa curriculum vitae from educational background. She has graduated from Chulalongkorn University, Thailand for her Master of Nursing Science, the Montfort University, United Kingdom for her PhD in Pediatric Nursing. We are in the same department, Mrs. Susiwa. I'm pediatric too. A lot of experience as a speaker in national and international from 2020 to 2025. And now maybe you can add to your curriculum vitae. You are as a speaker in 2025 in Noor Huda Mustofa International Conference. Since I count down, I found out that Mrs. Susiwa has a 29 research. And then she has been as a nurse for 31 years from 1993 until now. It means that 1993, myself, is in a second grade elementary school, and you already as a nurse. Wow, that's very fantastic. No, okay. No doubt that she is an experienced nurse as well. And today, Mrs. Susiwa will share his insight on pediatric nursing and infection control. Mrs. Susiwa, you have 30 minutes to deliver your presentation. Ladies and gentlemen, please give warm welcome for Mrs. Susiwa Wichaikul, Master of Nursing Science PhD from Boro Marajonani College of Nursing, Thailand.
Can you share my slide, please? Can you share my slide, please?
Yes, wait a minute, Mrs. Susiwa.
Okay, while waiting. Good morning, selamat pagi, สวัสดีค่ะ Honorable Rector of University Noor Huda Mustofa, esteemed Dean, distinguished guests, delegates, colleagues, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Suchiwa Vichaykun, the director of Barom Rashuni College of Nursing, Noparat Vashira, Faculty of Nursing, Phra Barom Rashano Institute, Thailand. So it is a great pleasure and deep gratitude that I am here today as the keynote speaker for this prestigious international conference. Today I have responsible for sharing about pediatrics, nurse, and infection control in Thailand, especially in my area on pediatric patients. Next, please. So today I will start with the roles of pediatric nurse in Thailand. Why it's different from international pediatric nurse? Can you guess? MC, because you are the pediatric nurse as well. So let's see when we work with little kids with nurture from Thai culture, which is different from another cultures. And maybe we are the same culture, like an Asian culture, but it's like a slightly different with Western culture. Then I will go to infection control practice in pediatric care and the factor influencing hospital-acquired infection. This one I will share about my ethnographic study between Thailand and England. And then I will talk about challenge, success story from Thailand, and future direction finally. If you have any questions or any queries, please feel free to ask. And you can ask the question in the chat room, or you can ask my question at the end. Next slide, please. Next, please. Okay. Let's go to the first list. In terms of pediatric patients, it's cover children a child after birth until 15 years old. This means if you celebrate your birthday yesterday at 15 years old, and when you go to the hospital today, you have to put into like an adult department. So I think if you were high risk of, you will be do like that. I think we are the same policy or not. So pediatric nursing in Thailand plays the critical roles in improving child health in every dimensions, including health promotions, such as encouraging breastfeeding, promoting nutrition in children, preventing accidents or serious health outcomes in Thai culture, which are different from Western culture. As I told you before, I didn't mention the socio-economic environment yet. So it different place, different environment, different level of economic growth will affect children's care eventually. Especially infection control, which is a high risk problem for children because they have like a lower immune system than adult, right? We can say that they are put in a vulnerable group of patients. So hospital-acquired infections or healthcare associated infections. As the past, we will know this about nosocomial infection or like NI in the major. This one is a major concern in pediatric wards, right? According to the publications statistics in Thailand, pediatric mortality rate decreased by 20% over the last decade due to the better healthcare access. Children under 5 years old represents like a nearly 10% of RSV in 2023, and it's been like a respiratory syncytial virus, as we know as about the RSV virus, and about hand, foot, mouth disease is prevalent like among children under 9 years old in Thailand, particularly in like a kindergarten. So we found it's decreased about 15%, particularly in like a rainy season in child health case However, influenza has been leading cause of hospital visit among children in the Thai hospital. In 2023, over 50% of children were suffering with influenza, and especially children under 10 in kindergarten. The typical length of hospital stay range from 2 to 5 days, so with effect to the cost per admission between 20,000 baht and to 95,000 baht per year. So it's quite high in the last year. And furthermore, in the first half of 2024, Thailand reported a significant increase in dengue fever case with a total of 44,000 cases, around 44,000 cases. Children aged around 5 to 14 years were the most affected, accounting for like nearly 12,000 cases. The age group is around 15 to 24 years old, followed like with the 9,000 cases. This one is quite high in the beginning of the year of 2024, and recent outbreak in Thai children, we found norovirus in Rayong province outbreak in December of 2024. It's recent. This one is effect in the school. Like we found around 1,436 individual primary outbreak in the student in Rayong province. So it's quite high in the beginning of the beginning of this year. So next slide, please. As I mentioned before, in different cultures, environment and economic system can slightly lead to different roles of children nursing at the results. So the roles of pediatric nurse in Thailand not only focuses on the basic roles of nurses, but they also need to understand what children need, how to approach the children and their family based on children's rights as well. So I can say that nurses are the angel for children. It's the same, right? We are the angel, like for the children. If you make them feel upset, you will become an evil nurse immediately. Do you agree with me? So many Thai nursing institutes try to cultivate our students to apply family-centered care in pediatric patients, because if you want a child to comply with some treatments or something that they need to do for direct care, you need collaborations from a child and also families. Imagine that if they are too young and not mature enough, you need to communicate with both a child and their parents or guardians effectively. I can say that in the first centuries, parents are different from 30 years ago. They can put you in a court if you make them mad. For example, they will keep an eye on you when you touch a child without like a hand hygiene enough. So they are ready to complain and make you get in trouble as the result. So educating the family is an important role to promote well-being and prevent serious outcome of the pediatric nurses. Next, please. So as I have mentioned before, children in Thailand are particularly vulnerable to infectious disease due to their developing immune system, and they might not follow 100% of vaccination schedule. So it's different from Western country that have to follow and the vaccination for children to reach 100%, but in Thailand it's quite difficult to get 100% of vaccination schedule. So the outlines of future direction for infection control, the government was grant some update policy to increase student care in the pediatrics patients, and I will talk about that later on. So next, please. According to the data about infectious disease in Thai children, include hospital-acquired infections, which is the major concern in pediatric patients and lead a serious outcome after admission. This means it is associated with the patient care in the hospital. So infection control in pediatric healthcare setting is quite important. According to my study, which is doing comparative study between England and Thailand on ethnographic study that I immersed into the children's hospital in neonatal intensive care unit for 6 months in England, in Leicester, England, and in 6 months in children's hospital in Thailand. It showed that factor influencing hospital-acquired infection are 6 major factors influencing IC practice between Thailand and England from 17 minor factors, which includes cultures, personal value, behavior, particularly in attitude, both healthcare worker, patient, and family. You know what? This one is a major problem because as for example, in Thai culture, we grown up with the extended family, while in European or Western country, they grown up with a single family or nuclear family. So when you go to the health hospital, you not just only parents come around, they have cousins, relatives, a lot of relatives comes around, and in Thai culture, they have like a friendly culture. So when you go to hospital, just not direct to your cousin, you might go to another bedside, and maybe go to another patient and talk and chat. So that's one, if you touch anything that can widespread infection, a germ directly. So that's one is different from the study that I found. And about the nursing roles, including relationship between healthcare worker, family, and children. We found that a nurse role in Thai culture include they have something of if you see about Thai word, we can say this word we call เกรงใจ เกรงใจ is mean you are reluctant to reject any request from the patient or cousin. So that's one, it is make an effect to the widespread of germ as the result. If you feel a เกรงใจ to do something and you feel reluctant to avoid to reject with someone ask you to do something for you, in Thai culture, one nurse may take responsible to look after patient 4 to 5 beds. But in Western country, they will be assigned to do 1 or 2 bed. And if you was assigned to do 1 or 2 bed, you can't going to do any other beds. But in Thai nurse, if you was assigned to do something and your friend who take responsibility to do another bed side and they ask you to do something for her, then you are reluctant to reject that request. So this one is you cannot control this one. So it's make different to control infection in the ward. So this one is the example of the roles of nurse and educate both healthcare workers and patient or family, such as knowledge and skill of infection prevention is very important. So if you are well education, so you will hire well care or healthcare, self-care for the family. But if you are a poor, lower education, so that one is effect to the practice as a result. And about the economic system, the richer you are, the more equipment you will be obtained. So that's one is related. You agree with me? It's including policy level, hospital-based care and family care. For example, in Western country, I will feel that they have policy to use everything is single use. Single use is when you have to, when you suction the patient, neonatal patients, you use one in you use just one tube or pipeline. Once you put in their nose, and that's why you change another one to the second suction. But in Thailand, sometimes we use one tube for suction for until it's clear. So this one is different from the economic system. High budget, high cost, it maybe get the higher healthcare. And the other thing is the last thing is media and public awareness. This means we can learn everything about infections, widespread of infections, epidemic of the infection disease. So in the Western country, they have a higher technology, higher education. So that's one, it will affect to the family and also the children as well. So this one is the all theme that I got from factor influencing hospital acquired from my study. And next, please. Next slide, please. Okay. Thus, infection control in pediatric healthcare setting is crucial. I can say it's very crucial in terms of different infection control policy in the hospital. First is like a child-friendly measures. Is many hospitals in Thailand design pediatric wards with infection control in mind, such as like a separations, isolation rooms for infection case. And we also allow parents to be with them, train healthcare staff on pediatric specific infection prevention protocol. We have to stick to the protocol and comply protocol perfectly. So that's one, it can stop widespread of infection in the ward, in departments, such as handling young children during outbreak. The second one is enhanced hand hygiene, both enhanced hand hygiene, both healthcare workers and patient or family, because we allow parents to come around. So we have to strict for hand hygiene for them, educate them. If the child grow enough, we will teach the child as well, and to do hand washing station and try to get basin to do like hand washing a lot in every the single unit in the hospital and clinics. Promote fun in interactive hand hygiene education for children, and using games or video to apply with this to ask them to do as like enjoy to do hand washing. And the third thing is visitor screening, because in Thai culture, we have different from another, like we have nuclear family, as I told you before, like so we try to implement stricter screening and use PPE and mask policy for visitors in pediatric wards to prevent widespread of infections. Next slide, please. So next slide, please. Next, please. So the key success, strengthened infection control practice in pediatric care, especially on COVID-19 outbreak. We try to focus on hand hygiene. Pediatric nurses strictly adhere to hand hygiene and aseptic techniques on 5 moments concept to prevent the spread of germs, like before touching a patient, before aseptic procedure, after body fluid exposure risk, and after touching a patient, and after touching patient surroundings, we also comply strictly on hand hygiene. And isolation protocol are implemented for patients with infectious disease like dengue fever, RSV, influenza, chickenpox, and foot mouth disease, and also norovirus and COVID-19. We all have the separate room in like a negative pressures. And the last thing is quite important in immunization program. As I told you before, it's quite hard to get 100% of in our vaccination schedule. So we try to encourage family to do that and try to use the policy to follow up the child who did not come back to get the vaccine from the hospital. That's one is the policy from the government. And next, please. And furthermore, and the doctor start to research about the addressing antimicrobial resistance, antimicrobial drug use in pediatric patients to ensure that appropriate antibiotic use in children considering age, weight, and immune development, educate pediatricians and caregivers about the risk of overs prescriptions and self-medications, and educate about antimicrobial use without prescription in Thai family, because I don't know, do you have you can buy antibiotics drugs in the drugstore easily or not, but in Thailand we still found that, but different from the European country or Western country. Then if you want to buy antimicrobial drugs in the drugstore, you need to get the prescription from the doctor first. So that one is different from our country. And I'm not sure in Indonesia, maybe the same, or the same is the Western policy, or the same is Asian like Thailand. And the other thing is pediatric surveillance, AMR surveillance, develop child-specific surveillance program to monitor resistant patterns in infections like pneumonia and ear infections, because now we still found the numbers of ear infections and pneumonia increasing in some seasons. And alternative treatment, encourage research into alternative treatments and vaccine to reduce dependence on antibiotics. So this one is the key success that we try to do harder in the last year. And next slide, please. Next slide, please. So, okay. According to enhancing vaccination program, the government expanding coverage. The government provide update policy to strengthen routine immunization for disease like measles, rubella, influenza, and pneumonia in some epidemic areas, incorporate newer vaccine such as for rotavirus, pneumococcus, and human HPV, human papillomavirus for girls from 9 to 11 years old into the national immunization schedule for children, outreach to rural and underserved areas using mobile health units, ensure our children receive the vaccine enough. We try to promote vaccine in the rural area, but by the nurse come to the rural area and allow parents to bring the child to get the vaccine, not just only go to the hospital. schedule, and we also go to the school-based program, like collaborate with the school to deliver vaccines, ensuring higher compliance and coverage, conduct health education sessions in school to promote vaccines awareness among children and parents as well. And next slide, please. And regarding strengthened surveillance for pediatric infections, early detection system is important. The government developed child-specific disease surveillance network to monitor outbreaks of infectious disease in school and daycare center. For example, the majority of hospital-trained infection control ward nurses to monitor and coach healthcare workers within their ward. We call like an infection control ward nurse. So every unit will have at least one ICWN to control hospital-acquired infection in their ward and have to report all cases happening in their unit as well. So it's like a real-time reporting. Moreover, there are infection control unit in every healthcare setting to integrated real-time reporting system to track infection like hand, foot, mouth disease, and dengue fever, RSV, and influenza in children. Nosocomial infections will be reported immediately if they found in the unit. About data-driven intervention, the IC team also collects the analyze age-specific data to identify high-risk area and prioritize pediatric infection control interventions, use AI and machine learning to predict pediatric outbreak and optimize the resource allocations. Next slide, please.
Mrs. Susiwa,
Next
5 minutes
Yeah.
more.
Okay. So, however, there's not only healthcare setting prevention, but the government also provide the school-based infection as well. And regarding the challenge in Thailand, next slide, please. Go faster. Here illustrate the representation like a disparity in Thailand. Next slide, please. We have in terms of limited source, like the success story from Thailand. Now we can control like a measles vaccination to reach over 90% now, and infection control measure. Many Thai hospitals have implemented innovative infection control measure, reducing ICU infections, and also the community healthcare worker. That's mean they have like a healthcare worker provide we call volunteer healthcare worker in rural area in every district to work with the nurse to prevent like infection and also promote vaccination in the rural area as well. Next, please. Next, please. Next, please. Okay. Next, please. Okay, this one is a future direction that we plan to do, like the increasing the investment in nurse training, technology, like adopt AI for early infection detection, and also enhancing regional collaboration within ASEAN for knowledge sharing and best practice exchange. So next, please. Next. Okay, this one, some photo of the clinical practice that we try to use like PPE, try to use mask when we work in the pediatric patients. This one is like in nursing school. I'll show you. So next, please. Nearly finished. All in all, as Thailand is committed to being a regional leader in pediatric nursing and infection control. So we need to work harder by collaborative approach between healthcare providers, governments, and communities are vital for success. Together, we can create a healthier future for every child in Thailand. So next please. Next, please. Okay. Once again, thank you for this incredible honor. I am looking forward to an engaging and fruitful conference, and I am excited to share my ideas if you have any questions. So thank you. Terima kasih. ขอบคุณค่ะ
Okay, thank you very much, Mrs. Sushiwa, for the valuable contribution. And I'm learned a lot about pediatric nursing in Thailand. It seemed that similar that we face the problem in Indonesia. Yeah, problem relationship with immunization program. We cannot make it 100%, so it's difficult to achieve. Okay, for the next session, I will open Q&A segment for our second speaker participant who want to ask a question. Please submit in a chat column, and we already have 2 questions, and I will read for you, Mrs. Susiwa. The first one is from our participant, Norma Fariza. She asks, how can we educate parents about the importance of vaccination? Because in Indonesia, a lot of parents fear regarding post-vaccination impact. Maybe in Thailand, face the same thing about that. That's number 1. And then question number 2 from Sernalinta Bonsali, Nursing Department UNUSA in Surabaya, Indonesia. What are the educational and training pathway for pediatric nurse in Thailand, and how do this pathway prepare nurses to address the unique needs of children in the Thai context? That's the question.
The second again.
The second one, what are the educational and training pathway for pediatric nurses in Thailand? And how do this pathway prepare nurses to address the unique needs of children into the Thai context? It's clear, Mrs. Susiwa?
Okay. For the first questions, in Thailand, we have the policy that the family will be educated before discharge from postpartum unit. You mean after delivery, before discharge from the hospital, the nurse will educate or train about inform parents about vaccine and give them like the booklet, we call pink booklet for them. And then we will try to inform everything in the pink book, like a protocol, everything is needed for children, including vaccine. So after inform, we will have like a follow-up date for them and invite them to concern about the vaccine, and all that one is include the breastfeeding as well. Breastfeeding is like one thing that the protocol that we have to teach, and also vaccination to promote like immune system. So this one is the first thing, and 1 month we have follow up for mother, and then we will ask them again to remind them again about the vaccine. And we have the Thai protocol have 2 months like a follow up to get the first vaccine. So before we discharge, they got like some routine vaccine first in the schedule, and then we try to contract and like remind them to do that for follow up to get the vaccine. So the first question is, we also educate the parents or the mother before we discharge from the hospital, from the postpartum clinic. You get it? So, and we also follow the schedule from the pink book that we gave every parent. So the second questions we also train like the nurse, new novice nurse, every novice nurse about infection control. And if they go to the pediatric clinic or pediatric department, we also train them more by in like a infection control ward nurse. As I told you, we have ICWN, at least one person in one department, one unit. So they will train like a nurse, novice nurse. The other thing, we have like a short course training for pediatric nurse. 1 month short course training, 4 months short course training about the infection disease for intensive care unit, pediatrics nurse, special nurse for 4-month course. So that's one is like a special for pediatric nurse have to learn about infection, because that's one is the major problem in the hospital. Like if you come with the something like a RDS, and if you got something like another nosocomial infection, that one is get like a serious problem and get high cost, long day of admit, so get higher cost from the country. So we have to many things to train the nurse who work with the pediatric patients.
Yeah, I hope that's answer the question for the participants. And now for the last, because we have a limited time and we have to continue for the next agenda, I will pick one participant who raised hand, and I give opportunity to ask interactively directly to Mrs. Sushiwa. And I choose Adinda Nindya. Adinda Nindya.
Yes.
Yeah, you can ask directly to Mrs. Susiwa. What is your question?
Okay, thank you. Let me introduce myself. My name is Adinda Nindya Chandra Putri Amirullah from nursing. And let me to ask, is there a Thai culture for dealing with infection problem in children?
Yeah, she asks about Thai culture. Maybe there is a relationship with dealing of infection control in pediatric.
Yes, because in Thai culture, we have extended family, right? So when we do some things with the parent, with the patient, not just only inform parents, we have to inform cousin, relatives who comes around the patient. And that's one is harder to like a control hand hygiene, control everything that like a mask use, PPE use. So if not just only cousin or sibling, we also like another things in like an extended family, it comes around. So it's quite hard to control that one. Is another thing is, as I call you, เกรงใจ กรงใจ is mean you are like a reluctant to reject or something if someone requests you to do some things. So that's one is the Thai culture which affect to infection control practice in pediatric patients.
That's Miss Adinda. I hope that answered the question.
So we also have the same culture, right?
Yeah, same culture, extended family, 4 children, one home with grandma, grandpa, cousin. Yeah, we had a lot of relatives, and we can, if we want to educate the family, we have to educate the other member of family. Yeah, that's same culture. Perhaps we are distant relative, Indonesia and Thailand. Okay, thank you, Mrs. Susiwa, for the answer, and thank you for the participant who has asked a question. And now we move on to certificates. We will give you an online certificate, and Professor Hasin will give certificate officially.
Okay, thank you very much, Mrs. Susiwa, for your coming. We are waiting for your presence in our university in Indonesia, in NHM University. Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much once again for Mrs. Susiwa. And please let committee to continue with the next agenda. Mrs. Susiwa can stay in the Zoom, or maybe there is some business that you have to do. You can permit it. Yeah, thank you. And ladies and gentlemen, we arrive in our last segment. We have last speaker. This is the special one because not just one, but our speaker in a team. Let me greeting first for the third speaker. Hello, Mr. Tani. Mr. Tani, are you already with us?
Yes. Good morning.
Good morning. My
Good morning,
voice is
Professor.
clear.
Yes. Good morning, Mr. Professor Hassin and the organizer for the first international conference.
Good morning, Mr. Tani.
Yeah, I miss you again.
Sawadikap.
So much.
Sawadikap.
Sawadikap.
Okay.
And congratulations for your new position for the professor, right?
Yeah, thank you very much, Mr. Tani
Okay.
and team. Okay.
Yeah, my pleasure.
Okay, how are you for today, sir?
Yeah, I'm so very, very well and so excited for your
Okay.
for for my session with my team about the presentations of the primary care, right?
Okay, great. Thank you. Our third last speaker, ladies and gentlemen, is Assistant Professor Dr. Tani Gomjai from Prabowo Marachanak Institute, Thailand. Like usual, I will read his curriculum vitae. We can see from his educational background, he has graduated from Honheim University, Thailand for his master degree of nursing science, University of Edinburgh, Scotland, United Kingdom for his PhD in nursing. And she also has a lot of experience as a speaker in national and international. A lot of publication that Mrs. Tani had. The most recent publication in 2024 with a title, Balance Health Promotion to Prevent Complication in Patients with Hypertension in Community. He has a role as a as a reviewer as well in 6 journals. She is experienced nurses as well. And now, exclusively, Mrs. Tane will deliver the presentation, followed by 3 other colleagues. For Mrs. Tane himself, we'll talk about sustainability of health on primary care. Mrs. Tane and team, you have 60 minutes to deliver your presentation. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome for Assistant Professor Dr. Tani Gomjai from Prabowo Marachanak Institute, Thailand, and team.
Thank you so much for your introductions of my curriculum vitae. And I'm so exciting how to say with your participants. I just saw from the monitor, there are more than 300 participants with your international conference, right? First of all, it is a great honor and heartfelt congratulations that I stand before you at the inauguration of the first NHM International Conference 2025 by Universitas Noor Huda Mustofa. This milestone event with them advancing health, science, information, and technology based on local culture for sustainable development reflect the profound commitment of its conference to addressing the global challenge while embracing the unique strength of the local wisdom and tradition. I extend my deepest appreciations to the organizing committee, participants, and contributors who have made this remarkable event possible. May this conference spark transformative ideas and partnerships that resonate the beyond of this hall. Congratulations again, and I wish the first NHM International Conference every success in achieving its mobile goals, right? And now I would like to start my presentations about the sustainability of the health in the primary care. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure to introduce our distinguished panel for today's discussion on the sustainability of health in primary care, a topic that lies at the heart of ensuring accessible, effective, and enduring healthcare system. Our first speaker, Dr. Kitapat Phukphon, whose extensive research in the primary health care innovation has profoundly impacted community health strategy. His topic is primary care for aging people in the community by awuso.net. And the next speaker is Dr. Sarawut Sithan, is a renowned advocate for the indications of the technology in the healthcare with the special focus on cancer. His topic is factors contributing to the quality of life among Thai patients diagnosed with colorectal cancer with a stoma. And the next speaker, we are honored to have Dr. Shuripon Pusopa, a passionate leader in the mental health and its application to sustainable healthcare model. Her topic is psychiatric community-based learning and primary health care for undergraduate nursing students. And for the final speaker is my talk. Assistant Professor Dr. Tanikom Jai, affectionately known as Dr. Tony. I will talk about the primary care for the community care sustainable for health. Now, we would like all of you to welcome Dr. Kitapat Phukphon, who is the first speaker for the topic is primary care for aging people in the community by awuso.net. Please welcome.
Thank you, Professor Dr. Tani. And good morning, everyone. I'm sharing my.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Can you hear me?
Yes, clearly.
All right. And can you see my slide now on the screen?
Yes, already.
Yeah. Good morning, everyone. Once again, today it's my pleasure to share my experience in developing awuso.net, a primary healthcare innovation for aging people in Thai communities. Awuso in Thai language means aging. So awuso.net is a Thai digital healthcare platform that is compatible with all kind of mobile like Android and iOS mobile devices, as well as desktop PC. It also integrated healthcare technology, accessibility, and community engagement. Why do we need a primary care for aging people? Because Thailand is approaching a complete age society with 20% of aging population, with 31% of dependent ratio, which means that the aging population relies on care and support from the younger population. And also there are many common issues following the growth of aging population, such as mobility limitation, dementia, and chronic diseases, mental health problems, and also inaccessibility to healthcare because of mobility limitation. And right now we know that can can you see my slide now?
Yes, it's clear.
My slide is primary care for aging people right now.
Yes.
I'm not sure. Can you move on the next slide?
Next slide. Okay, next slide.
Yes,
So
next
now,
slide.
next slide.
Okay, maybe you can stop sharing and then you share again, please. Okay,
Sorry.
all right. Because I just saw your first slide, no next slide.
This is my third slide now.
Yes, okay, for next slide. Okay, perfect. Okay, good. It's working now. It's working now. Okay.
So what that it show, Dr. Tony?
Why primary care for aging
Okay,
people?
all right.
All right.
So this slide I'm talking about the aging population
Okay.
in Thailand that we have. We are already approaching a complete age society, and also I'm talking about the family construct family structure in Thailand. Now we have limitation of family function, like the lack of time and skill and resource supports for taking care of the older people in their family. And we found in the literatures that mention that there are several technological innovations now, such as telemedicine, telehealth, and e-health that found that will improve ADL, activity, daily living, and quality of life, mental health, and fall prevention in elderly living in community. And however, there is less innovation in resource limited setting like in Thailand. And also we found that the innovation that they developed over 10 years, in the last 10 years that just it's very complicated and mainly focused on elderly with dementia. So this is Awuso.net, which is an innovative primary healthcare model. Awuso.net is an option for improving primary care in elderly. It composed of nursing practice for elderly, which operate through the network of collaborative action plan or NCAP. And it also has a video-based knowledge series on elderly care for their caregivers. AwusoNet is a paperless system. Oh, my slides.
Maybe the next slide.
I'm on the next slide now.
Yes, go ahead, Dr. Kitapa.
All right. Okay. So this is the innovative family care model that I'm talking about, the function of my innovation that composed of nursing practice and video-based knowledge series for elderly care, especially for their family member. And the technology that we use is a real-time standardized care delivery and communication between professional healthcare volunteer and local stakeholders and family member of the elderly, so that all stakeholder and family member can participate in caring for elderly people in community. So I'm going to the next slide. Can you see my next slide? All right, this is the picture demonstrates how our soul platform works. It's contribute all like stakeholder and multidisciplinary, for example, medical doctor, nursing expert, and pharmacists, and, health care worker and physiotherapist to work with nurse care manager to deliver our innovation to screen and to help the elderly living within community with their family member. This is my application of awuso.net that you can find in App Store. If you use the iOS, so you can just type awuso in website or desktop PC. It might be some problem with internet connection. So can you see my slide on the application? Okay, and I'm going next slide. Data record system.
This one, sir?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is the first page to show the data record system that all elderly people data will input to the system, and so the nurse care manager can look through all information of the elderly. And this is the example of the NCAP for diabetic care in community. There is many options for nurse care manager in community to select any problem or any common problem or non-communicable disease that the elderly have, and then they can just organize the nursing care for each elderly. And finally, it will generate the nursing home visit record, which is a paperless system. So they don't need any printout of their nurse notes. So everything that the community nurses or healthcare volunteer, they visited the elderly at home, and then they can just click and put some information in the apps, and then it will generate into nursing record, which is a paperless system. And everyone who can accessible, everyone who have responsibility with the elderly patient can access to the awuso.net, and they can see what problem that the elderly have, and they can talk and they can communicate each other. So we assess the efficacy of the avuso.net in enhancing ADL frailty and quality of life of dependent older adults by using a quasi-experimental design. We use the avuso.net for 800 dependent older adults in 4 regions over the country. Across the country is northern, central, and northeastern, and southern. And we have pre-test and post-test within 3 months to measure ADL, frailty scale, and quality of life. This picture shows training community. We train community health caregiver before they implement also application. And this is also our training session. So my slide now it's picture. And this is the instruction that we use for training our caregiver to follow through the instruction manual to use the avuso application. And this picture shows our and this picture shows our work on avuso.net implementation. We went out community to visit the elderly with community nurses and health care volunteer or village health and use the avuso.net application. And this is an example of telehealth. We use telehealth in case of any problem that we have to consult to experts in hospital, for example, like pressure ulcer that we have to consult how to perform wound dressing. And the result, we found that avuso.net improve ADL and reduce frailty and enhance quality of life, and it help community nurses to create care plan just only 1 or 2 hours, reducing from 1 week before we use avuso.net. And family member and health volunteer increase their visitation frequency to the elderly, and the duration of each visit increase from 30 minutes to 60 minutes at least. And caregiver improve their skill, families, and family has become more accepting of their caregiving roles. And there were too many strengths like satisfaction and positive feedbacks from user and paperless system. And anyway, we found some limitations like internet connectivity, and some people they use old version of cell phone, so it cannot use our application. Conclusion, avuso.net application improves ADL, quality of life, and decrease frailty among dependent older adults living in local Thai community settings. And finally, I would like to thanks my funding from the Thailand Health Research System Institute for provide some financial support for the study, and also thanks for support and collaboration from committee, stakeholder, and caregivers. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Dr. Kitapat Phukphon. This is one of my presentations for the primary care system in Thailand. Dr. Kitapat Phukphon, he got a PhD in nursing from the University of Texas Health Science Center from USA, and his special field or expert in aging care, and he tried to modify or develop technology with the applications to take care the aging people in the community. This is one of example how to apply or integrate technology to healthcare in Thailand, particularly for the people who have serious health problem in the community, like aging people who have NCD problem, and they have to depend on some people to take care of them while they stay in the family or in the community like this. Thank you so much for Dr. Kitapat Phukphon. And then he will wait to answer the question after our presentation, right? For the next
Dr. Thani?
Yes?
Yeah, before we continue for the next speaker, maybe the next speaker will share screen by themselves. It's more comfortable, it seems. Yeah.
Yes, all
Yeah,
right.
the speaker share screen by themselves, not
Yes,
from
okay.
us. Yeah, that's more comfortable.
All right, okay.
Yeah, okay, thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. And next presenter. Next presenter is Dr. Sarawut Sithan. He got a Doctor of Philosophy in Nursing degree from Susan and Alan Solomon School of Nursing, University of Massachusetts, Lowell, United States. And as I told you before, Dr. Sarawut Sithan, he is expert in the cancer care, and his topic is factor contributing to the quality of life among Thai patients diagnosed with colorectal cancer with stoma. Please welcome Dr. Sarawut Sithan.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Assistant Professor Dr. Thani, and let me share my screen.
Yes, please share your screen.
Okay, can you see that?
Yes.
Okay, thank you so much. Okay, everyone. Again, good morning for ladies and gentlemen. My name is Dr. Sarawut Sithan. I am a nurse lecturer at Boromrachuni College of Nursing, Praputtabad. That is the Faculty of Nursing in the Boromrachinok Institute in Thailand. So that is my pleasure to share my integrative review that I have this before start for the continuing for my research career. That is the factor contributing to the quality of life among the Thai patients diagnosed with colorectal cancer with stoma. This is my population that I have interested. So start first with the introduction. Why I start for the quality of life in the cancer, because the contemporary time, the quality of life has become a significant indicator for the patients related to nursing intervention, particularly in the colorectal field, which includes patients diagnosed with colorectal cancer with an ostomy. So for the incidence, In the United States, the CRC that I call the CRC, that is mean colorectal cancer, is ranked the second most common cause of cancer, mortality, and length both when considering the new cases. So similarly, in the National Cancer Institute Department of Thailand has reported that the CRC is the second most common cause of cancer mortality in male and the third in female. The number of new cases of the CRC is ranked second among all cancer. So the surgery is the considered the treatment of choice for early stage of cancer, especially ostomy surgery with commonly used. For the operation, the Department of Health Service Support and the Ministry of Public Health of Thailand report that the number of patients underwent ostomy surgery in 2017 was 1,471. In 2018 was 1,619. And in 2019 was 1,722. So a post-operative surgery, sorry. So a post-operative ostomy can result in a dramatic change in cell care because ostomies must deal with significant surgery effects and the loss of vital physical function. Because of this, the permanent ostomy has a large scale and continuing impact quality of life among CRC adults with an ostomy. In terms of the definition of quality of life, the World Health Organization, they define the quality of life as an individual's perception of their life where they live in the value system and the cultural context. This perception related to their aspiration, anticipation, and concern. For the review literature, over the years, the literature's review indicated that many research studies were published as QOLs among the CRC ostomies to improve the patient's journey through the CRC trajectory in the worldwide. And also, in terms of the in terms of the quality of life levels among the colorectal cancer ostomies in worldwide, they show the low to moderate QOL levels in worldwide. That I mean the quality of life level for the patient in worldwide. That is for the patient. And the factor contributing to the quality of life in the patient with ostomy in worldwide, they show like 5 domains. The first domain that is the socio-demographic domain that includes age, gender, and also the second one that is the clinical domain that it show like a comorbidity, the time of ostomy. And the third one that is the physical domain that they show like the cell care. And the fourth one that is the physical domain that is includes anxieties and body image. And the last one that is the social domain that includes the social support. This is the factor that I have found when review literature for the colorectal cancer patient in worldwide. So from the literature review, also I have found for the definition of quality of life that they define is the multi-dimensional concept, which includes functional status, physical symptoms, emotional status, and interpersonal relationships. It also includes the CRC ostomist perception regarding the comfort, happiness, and satisfaction related to standards of health, depending on experiences influenced by internal and external factors, and resulting in high QOL or QOL. That is mean the definition of the quality of life in the ostomist in worldwide. So moving to in terms of the Thai people who diagnosed with colorectal cancer. From the literature review, the first thing that I have found from the literature review that is the Thai CRC adults with an ostomy, they report the moderate to high QOL level. This is the first thing that we have found is the difference from the worldwide. And the next one, the factor contributing to quality of life among the Thai colorectal cancer patient with an ostomy is maybe something is the same, but something is have different from the worldwide that I will show you after and give you more information after this. So the factors contributing that I have found in integrated review, including the 5 domains. The first domain that is the socio-demographic domain, and the second one that is the physical aspect, and the third one that is the psychological aspect, and the fourth one that is social aspect. And this is the important domain that we found in Thai people, that is the spiritual aspect. This is we have found from the literature review. So this is the more information for each of the domain. For the first domain, that is the socio-demographic domain, that includes personal characteristics and the units of history, like I said, something like that. And also like the autonomy time, the cancer state, something like that. And for the second domain, that is the physiological aspect, that includes a physical status, post-operative complication for them, and also that we have found that the national nutritional status for all of them. That is the second one. And the third one, that is the psychological aspect, that includes body image, mental health, like a mental health history, like a depression, like anxiety, something like that. And also that is include the self-esteem. And the fourth one, that is the interpersonal interaction, that I mean interaction between their spouse, interaction between their family member, and also like from the healthcare provider, that they have interaction together. And also they have like an extended family, like the previous section that they mentioned, like Thailand, we stay together like an extended family in the 3 generations. That include the grandparents, the father and mothers, and also in the son, and also something like that. And the last one, that is the healthcare provider, that is involved to the social aspect. And the last one, that is the spiritual aspect, that includes Buddhist doctrine, I mean that is Buddhist belief, and also in the health belief. That is the last one of the domain. So like I mentioned before, the two of that one, that it means social and spiritual aspect, that is the distinguish in the Thai people that will affect the quality of life of the Thai colorectal cancer. So this is why, because findings from the previous studies support that the available of extended family to provide care of and support to the Thai CRC adult with an autonomy was significant and positively associated with a QOL in Thai CRC. Likewise, practicing Buddhism contributing to ability of the Thai CRC autonomy by guiding their adaptation to the new life after autonomy creation. Highest level of Buddhist belief were significantly and positively associated with the high QOL. That is one. So in conclusion, as the numbers of the CRC patients which also may increase in the patient, the QOL increasingly relies on the functional status, physical symptoms, emotional status, and interpersonal relationships, especially in the family support and religion practice. In terms of nurse, it is crucial to assess the family support and the Buddhist practice and implement appropriate intervention to promote the QOL among the Thai population with soma or the individuals from similar culture. This is all of my sharing that this is need to share for you. And if you have a question or any suggestion, please feel free to ask me. Thank you so much all.
Thank you so much, Dr. Slavut Sithan. Yes, very nice. And topic about the cancer is very serious problem in Thailand, and I think it may be a big problem in Indonesia too, right? That I told the participant before, you are really expert in cancer, particularly for the adult care or adult nursing for Boromarashidi College of Nursing Paputabat, that you have a class and you had a special lecturer for your nursing student, right? That, yes, really amazing of your presentation. And thank you so much. And
Thank
for
you so much.
your question, maybe after our finish the total presentations of 4 speaker, and then a participant will ask you a question, right? And
Okay.
the next speaker, yes, I would like to introduce Dr. Chuliporn Pusopa. Dr. Chuliporn Pusopa, she got a degree of doctoral and philosophy in nursing from St. Louis University from United States, America, right? And her special field in psychiatric nursing or mental health. And today, Dr. Chuliporn Pusopa will talk about the psychiatric community-based learning and primary health care for undergrad nursing student. Please welcome Dr. Chuliporn Pusopa, please. The time is
Thank you.
yours, Dr. Chuliporn.
Thank you, Dr. Tony, for introduce myself. Okay. Today, I would like to share my screen first. Everyone can see my slide or not?
Not yet.
Okay. Okay.
Dr. Sarawut, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
That's perfect.
Okay, you can see my slide now.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Today, I would like to talk with you about the teaching and learning for nursing students in Thailand, about the community mental health nursing service. First of all, I would like to talk with you about the overview picture in the mental health problem in Thailand. We found the 5 most common mental health problems in Thailand that you see in the purple color. We found the first mental health problem in Thailand is anxiety disorder. I'm not sure about this problem is still like in Indonesia or not. The second we found the problem is schizophrenia. And the third is depression. And the fourth is alcoholic and addict. And the fifth is addict to after that. That I would like to talk a little bit about the detail of this problem. For the anxiety disorder, we found anxiety disorder in the specific group, particularly in the child and adolescent, is very challenging for the psychiatric nurse in Thailand today very much, because in the past, anxiety disorder we found in the older or the elderly. But now they switch to the young generation, like children, like adolescent, that make them to have a problem like suicidal problem, and admit to the hospital too. And the second problem in the schizophrenia. Schizophrenia is the I think the more problem in Thailand in the past, because we like have a problem with like economic. Sometimes in the poor status in Thailand, we have a problem like schizophrenia is very much topic that make a burden for the caregiver or the psychiatric mental health nursing too. And the third, I would like to talk about the depression. And depression and anxiety disorder is the same problem that in the critical mental health psychiatric problem in Thailand too. Because when the child or adolescent, they have a problem like they don't like study, they don't like to talk with her parent. They need to be the part of the group of the adolescent. They need like their parent, they didn't understand them what they need, that make them to still cause of depression in this group. And the fourth group is alcoholic and addict to the other in the fifth too. The alcoholic and addict to the other that is still have a problem at the people on the working age, like adult or late adult. Because in Thailand, we have like farmer community in Thailand. When they complete their work in Thailand on the evening, they need to have like a chit chat with the colleague, and then they go to the alcohol shop or the pub or the bar to take the alcohol or beer or some the local alcohol that make them to like to be a patient or alcoholic patient. That is like a problem, a high problem in Thailand too. And for the addict, but now we have like the new government in Thailand. They set the policy for they can in Thailand we can use the cannabis. I think you know the cannabis. The cannabis is like drug that affect to the mental and behavior of who can use the cannabis. That the problem in Thailand too, because when they use the cannabis, they have like a problem like abuse, like gangster. Like that problem is severe in the adolescent, because when they have like a mental health issue and they use the cannabis, then they violence other people, and then make the mortality rate increasing in Thailand with the problem of addict to the drug. That the 5 common mental health problem in Thailand, and that you see in my next slide, present slide now, that you see the anxiety disorder in the purple color and schizophrenia is the red color. That in the we collect the data on the 2015 to 2023. The problem still fluctuate, but now the problem stay same in the 2015. And from the problem that we found in Thailand, that we make the community mental health care in Thailand, that we prepare our students to treat or to give nursing care for specific patient, that we the trend of psychiatric problem. And the community health mental health care in community, we need the student to learn about making the mental health service accessible to those in need, like the adolescent need consult to their problem like with anxiety, depression, and for the adolescent they need to problem like the alcohol. And the second core concept that we provide nursing students to service in community, that provide counseling, therapy, and support group tailored to community needs. And the third core concept that we provide for nursing students to service in community is the prevention. We need to focus on early intervention and preventing mental health issue before they got to be a patient. And the fourth core concept that we need to teach the student to service is the integration. When Thailand psychiatric nursing work in the community, we cannot work alone, because in the community we like big social. that need collaborating with the local resource and the local organization to support the service that we make to the psychiatric patient. And also we in Thailand we has our 5 level of public health service that are related to mental health care. That the first level is we focus on the self care at the family level, because we know when the psychiatric patient live with their family member, they have a problem with a self care. Sometimes they didn't need to take a bath, they didn't need to eat, they didn't need to sleep. That we need to provide the self-care for the family level at the first, and the second level of the public health service that we provide to them is the primary health care. Primary health care meaning they access our service in the public health service in community. It not like the big hospital, just a small center that take care them with the medical or the family the doctor visit, that they provide everything to them to keep them to stay in the community better. And the third level is the primary medical care. In the primary medical care, we provide this level for the psychiatric patient that have a complicated problem, like they cannot sleep, they had violent behavior, they had like abuse other something like that. We bring them to the hospital in the community. And for the fourth level is the secondary medical care. Secondary medical care meaning when the primary medical care, that meaning the hospital in community, they cannot provide the care for complicated problem for a psychiatric patient. We send them to the general hospital in the next level. That in the general hospital we have the psychiatric doctor to take care of them. And if the secondary medical care that general hospital cannot service or cannot take care of this patient, we will send them to the tertiary medical care. What is the tertiary medical care? The tertiary medical care is meaning the specific hospital like a psychiatric and mental health hospital. In Thailand, we have the specific mental health and psychiatric hospital in the 4 part of Thailand. In the middle of Thailand, we have like a Srithanya hospital that tertiary medical care. For the north of Thailand, we have the Suanpung hospital. And in the south of Thailand, we have like a Saranrom hospital that can take care with the psychiatric patient complicated problem. That like I show you on the pyramid of the take care of patient, that when a long stay or patient stay in the community, that in the top of the pyramid, that they didn't not need the like special like psychiatric doctor, just only stay with the nurse or stay with volunteer, healthcare volunteer. And the next part that I said, if the community cannot take care of them, the nurse cannot take care of them in the community, we send them to the community hospital first, and then we send them to the general hospital. And the last one, we send them to the specific hospital or psychiatric or mental health psychiatric hospital too. And I would like to talk about a little bit about the concept that we take care about psychiatric patient, but we adapt from the WHO pyramid or model that you see in the top of the pyramid, mental health service in psychiatric hospital and university hospital. And the second that we take care in mental health service in community or general hospital. And the third is we take care mental health service in PCU or primary care unit. And the fourth is we take care in primary mental health care by volunteer home visit. And the down of pyramid is the patient need to take care themselves or self-care, that Thailand mental health service structure that I try to explain you on the a previous slide. And like I told you in the first, when service delivery to the patient, we need to take the responsibility for mental health promotion and prevention, treatment and rehabilitation and support for patient to remain they live in their community, and service delivery including the crisis intervention, and we continuing care for psychiatric patient in community too. And in the first slide, I talk about the collaboration too. In Thailand, we need to take care of all of the part in the community, like a school, a temple, or community authority, or village health volunteer. That why we take care all of part in community, because when one of family have a problem in mental health, this problem affect to everyone in the family, their child or their parent or their spouse. Is why we take care this problem on of this area. In the school, when we send the nursing student to practice on the community, in school we need to send them to education about mental health care, and they need to screen about the development of the child in the community that have a family member with psychotic mental health, where they have a difficult for development or not, that we try to take care of them. And the temple is in Thailand, we have a temple, I think maybe like your Indonesia too, because when people when the Buddhist day, everyone in Thailand go to the temple. That's why we go to the temple for practice too. In the practice on the temple for nursing students, we send them to talk with the monk and prepare the health education for the monk, because the monk is like the leader, spiritual leader in the community. When people have a problem like a psychotic mental health problem, the first thing they go to the temple. They went to the temple first.
Dear Dr. Shuriporn, you have a 30 second.
Okay, thank you.
To conclude
Okay.
your
Okay.
presentation. Thank
Okay.
you.
Okay. And the temple, and we have to talk with the monk to teach and counseling for the patient with mental health too. And we collaboration with the community leadership in the community too, because when the psychiatric patient occurring problem in the community, we need the leader to support everything, like money, like transportation them to the hospital. And the last one, that we collaboration when we practice in the community, that the village health volunteer. I think maybe I'm not sure about Indonesia, you have the village health volunteer or not, because the village health volunteer, that the people who stay in the community and they try to take care of the people with the health too. And when we send our students to the community for practice the mental health nursing, we implementation about the strengthening local community mental health network, develop optimal service component, implement quality standard across care facility, and enhancing community network outside the health sector. And the service integration that I would like to focus that your service that now in Thailand we have the your service for decrease the problem of anxiety and depression, like the free online consultant for your age 15 to 25. We have a school-based mental health initiative. We have a special attention to adolescent and young people. We have crisis home support for children aged 10 to 19. For adult and elderly care that related to the problem, we have the community-based rehabilitation program. We have the home nursing service. We have village health volunteer support, and we have integration with primary health care service too. And that we tie to service integration into our teaching in the community. And last
Okay.
slide, I would like
Yes.
to I would like
Yes.
to the quote from my
The King's Father.
my princess is they said, my ambition is to lead a life of youthfulness. I could live comfortably and honor on his majesty butter, but I think it is very chilly that I should be honored simply because I hope to be whom I am. If I am to be honored, I wish it to be because I have earned to my honor. That's that is like a spiritual for our nursing and medical in Thailand to work for community. Thank you.
Thank you very much. This is one of important section in Thailand to concern about the psychiatric nursing or mental health nursing for the people in the community to encourage them to prevent from the crisis situations. Thank you so much, Dr. Shuriporn Pusopa. And for the last one, I would like to give you about the conclusions of the primary care of our presentations. Could you please let me know you see my slide? Do you see my slide?
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
thank you.
Yes, sir.
Thank you so much. Yes, I will use 10 minutes for my presentations. For more detail or for more information, you can list from my handout that I sent to the organizer of the information or detail of my slide. And firstly, I would like to let you know about the primary care. Why I talk a lot about the primary care in Thailand. The primary care is a model of care that supports the first contact, accessible and continuous, comprehensive and coordinate persons-focused care. It's aimed to optimize population's health and reduce the disparity across the populations by ensuring the subgroup have equal access to the service. This is the definitions from the WHO to talk about the primary care. And the next one, I would like to talk about the component or the functions of the primary care. There are 5 core functions of the primary care. The first one, the primary care is the first contact accessibility. It's a key as a strategic entry point for the improved access to the health services. And the second one is for the continuity. It promotes the development of long-term personal relationship between a person and a health professional or a team of the provider. And the third one is for the comprehensiveness. Ensure that the diverse range of the promotives, protectives, preventives, curative and rehabilitative and palliative services are provided for the people in the community. And the fourth one is for the coordinations between the service are across the level of the health system and over time. And the final function is for the people center. Primary care is encourage the people to concern about their health or their status of the quality of life like that. As the care ensure that the people have the educations and support the needed to make the decision and participate in their own care, right? And these slides will show you the core principle for the primary care. The first is for the comprehensive care, and the next one is continuity of care and the coordination and the personal center, right? And the next is for preventive care, treatment and common illness and chronic disease management. And the last one is for the health promotion. Health promotion is very important for everyone to make them health state that is like a healthy and to prevent from the disease and cannot go to the hospital, right? This is the importance for the primary care because the primary care is the role of primary care as the foundations of the healthcare system. Every countries in the world have two concerns about the healthcare system, and the foundations of the healthcare system is primary care. The primary care is a vital component of a well-functional healthcare system and play a critical role in the maintaining and improving the health of the individual and the communities. And the primary care is the cornerstone of an effective of equitable healthcare system. It provides comprehensive, accessible, and continuous care and focus on prevention, early detection, and the management of the both acute and chronic care. As for the final dimension that I told you for the primary care is a cornerstone is focused on prevention is very important. Every country would like to encourage people to prevent them from the disease and from the severe health situation. It's like an early detection, right? And the management between acute and chronic care or chronic condition like this. And I would like to move to the PBRI model. PBRI model is one of the tool of the primary care to screen the health status of the people in the community. The PBRI model, which provide the meaningful interpretations to people, is like for the older adult or the aging people like that. And the guideline to control the health risk behavior based on the 7 color of the balls, which represents the health status. Next slide will show you the health status or the health category divided into 7 colors for the white one to the black one. The white one is for normal health status. We base on the blood sugar and blood pressure. The white one is for normal blood pressure and normal blood sugar, and the right green is for the least people, and the green one is more least, and the yellow one is the illness group, yellow, orange, and the red one. The last one is the illness group with complication, and the last one is the severe illness group, and they have more severe complicated complication and maybe nearly to die, and we would like to keep them live longer, and they need to go to hospital or maybe to stay in the hospital like that. I can give you more detail after, right? Maybe we have a special class for the category of the 7 color of the ball to categorize status of the patient in the community like this. And the next slide, we would like to conclusion our presentation for today on the primary care for the community care. The primary care is served as the foundations of effective healthcare system, providing accessible, comprehensive, and person-centered care to individuals within their community. It ensures continuity and holistic care, address health disparity, and foster long-term relationship built on trust between healthcare provider and the patients. And the positive impact of the primary care on the community health is evident in improved health outcome, reduced healthcare costs, and greater health equity. The next conclusion, I would like to talk about how to integrate the advancing health science, information, and technology based on local culture for the sustainable development as your theme of your international conference today. Health, a sustainable health system requires culturally competent care that respect local traditional and belief, incorporate indigenous practices into modern health strategies, promotes community trust and better health outcomes, especially in underserved population. And the science tailor a local challenge, encourage innovative solutions rooted in real-world context. Community-centered research foster inclusivity and ensure scientific advancements address pressing regional issues from the environmental concern to agricultural sustainable. And the next is for information and technology is very important for present now or for present day. The bridging the digital divide by incorporating technology that reflect a cultural context, ensure equitable access to information. The technology-driven solutions like telemedicine in remote areas or culturally relevant learning tools empower community and drive inclusive development. And the next one is for the local culture. The local culture serves as the foundations for sustainable practices, influencing how community adopt innovations, emphasizing cultural preservation alongside modern development, builds resilience, foster social cohesion, and maintain heritage for future generations, right? The last slide we would like to pathway to the sustainable development is the community engagement is very important to active populations of the local community to ensure that development initiatives are relevant, acceptable, and impactful. The next one is education and capacity building. Education is very important nowadays for everyone to the health literacy. And the last one is for the policy maker. Policy integration, the government have to take the roles, and the organizations should align the policy with the cultural value, ensuring that technological and scientific advance support the sustainability while preserving culture identity. Thank you very much for our presentations today. And now it's the time. All right. I will stop my sharing. Okay, Osa, sorry. Do I stop my sharing now? Okay, thank you very much for your attention to our talks today. And now, as I would like to turn my microphone to the moderator for the Q&A session. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for Mr. Tony and team. Now we are in Q&A segment for our fourth speaker in this session. Mrs. Tony, before we ask the question, Mr. Tony or me as a moderator to ask a question, to read the question.
Okay, I can do for you, right? Okay, thank
Yes,
you
please.
so
Thank
much.
you.
Moderator, you will give me 2 certificates.
Okay.
Okay, sorry. I'm just kidding, right?
Yeah.
Dr. Gitapat, yes, I have a questions from the chat room. The participant would like to ask you in the aruso.net application that has been running. Which cases of the elderly use this telehealth the most?
Actually, the target population to use our application is healthcare professionals, healthcare volunteer, and family members of the elderly people. So the elderly, the older adults cannot use the application. We use the application for all caregivers, all kinds of caregivers, especially for patient for elderly who had lower basal activity daily living less than 11, which means that they are bedbound and homebound elderly.
Okay, thank you so much for your answer. I think the answer will relevant to the question that the participant asked from the chat room. And next, I would like to ask Dr. Sarawut Sithan that you conclude that this is important to access family support and Buddhist practice and implement appropriate interventions to improve quality of life among the Thai CRC population with the stoma or individual from the same culture. Can you share a case study that's related to religious practice in Thailand? Thank you.
Okay, so thank you for the question. Maybe I give maybe two example of the cases that they show like the practice of the religions in Thailand. The first case that they mentioned for the practice like they told that the Buddhism belief is the valuable doctrine which has more significant effects on my life because the Buddhist doctrine has taught that one karma determines all. So as a Buddhist, I believe that the CRC disease emerged from doing bad karma in past and present, right? So I could do good thing by adjusting my lifestyle after surgery to accumulate the good karma for improving quality of life in the present life and the next life, particularly in taking care of my CRC disease and stoma. And another one that is the the example, the good example that is they mentioned according to Buddhist belief in rebirth, I have tried to adjust and balance my new quality of life after the stoma creation using the Buddhist doctrine to do good things in everything their life, especially apply meditation to control the unpleasant symptoms in the physiological and the psychological problem. That is the example that I give for all of you.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Because of Thai culture and Thailand religious Buddhist is the most populations of Thai people, and we believe for the karma. Yes, like Dr. Sarawut said, is where I think is quite different from Indonesia. Most of people in Indonesia are Muslim, right? And you have the belief to the Muslim religion, right? And I think the same situations between Muslim and Buddhist is about how to care or how to take care the people in the community like this, right? Why do I concerned about the primary care today for our presentation in variety group of the patients. For the first presentation, we talk about the avuso, how to take care the avuso by integration with technology. And the second one is for the adult care. The adult care, I would like to concern about the cancer. And the next one is for the psychiatric nursing, because of in Thailand now, the psychiatric nursing is a big problem, particularly for the people who consume alcohol and drug use is very important. This is very important, right? The next question is to Dr. Shulipon Pusopa. In the informal community care in Thailand, is the classifications of mental health disorders carried out? This is the first your question, such as schizophrenia, panic disorder, mood disorders, anxiety disorder, and etc. If the classifications of the mental health disorder is carried out since informal community care, what is an effective way to classify them, because there are many types of mental disorders? Please.
Okay, thank you for the question. Is for the diagnosis of the patient with schizophrenia or panic disorder or mood disorder, anxiety disorder is the way to the diagnosis is not difficult. I think it is easy because of when we meet the people with the psychiatric problem, we try to observe their symptom first. If they can community with each other in the way of the real world, it's not mean they just only have a problem with anxiety disorder or mood disorder. If they're not communication with other people in the real world, just they have a hallucination, they have a delusion, they have like a problem with the severe depression. It might be they have like a schizophrenia disorder. That why we can separate them from the disorder that make them can live with the real world or live with their world, or that they build in their world, and they like talk alone. They didn't care about every people. They didn't took care yourself, like take a bath or dress well appropriate with the situation. That's why we can separate them from the disorder. Like it's very easy.
Okay. I think the answer will relevant to can answer the participant who asked this question. I have no more time to the questions. Is for the last question is for my presentations about there are 7 color to support primary care. In green color or green category, check are carried out every 3 months in the existing data report. Do all these list definitely carry out regular checks? Yes. In my community, we have to check for the green for the green category for every 3 months. The 100% of the target group have to check and recheck the health data every 3 months. If some target group didn't stay at home or in the community, we have to follow up them later. And why do I can't do for the regular checkup for the preparation in the community? Because we have village health volunteer to do this. And like Dr. Kitapat says about, and maybe Dr. Shuriporn says about, we have village health volunteer to help us to do the health data checkup for the people in the community. And so why is easy for us to check up the blood pressure and the blood sugar for the target group in the community? Thank you so much for your question. I think the time is up for your conference. And if you have more questions, you can send the questions to Henny. Yeah? Henny, yes. You can send the question to Henny, and then Henny can send the question to my email. I provide my email to the chat room. You can ask and you can discuss about the primary care or the primary model in Thailand, and we can discuss later. Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you for Mr. Tony. But I have one last question actually for
Yes.
Dr. Kritapat.
Okay, Dr. Kitapat, please.
Yes. Yes.
Dr. Kritapat, 1 minute ago, I tried to open my Google Play and then looking for Awuso. But I can't, but I can't find that. Is there no available in Indonesia or just in Thailand?
Oh.
Yeah, it's available right now. So, but you cannot access into the system because you have to be allowed to use username and password first. So, yeah, so you have to register, and then the IT man will send you the username and password.
Yeah, it means that I had to go to Thailand first so I can register and
Yeah, because it's Thai language, all in Thai language.
Yeah, that's code that I have to go to Thailand. Yeah, maybe I have to tell Professor Hasin so that me and my colleague can go to your institute.
Okay. Henny.
And maybe we can like translate into Indonesia, and so if you want to use
Honestly, when we open the website of your institute or your application, there is a Thailand language. Yeah, we not really understand about your language. Yeah. Maybe
Thank you
that's
so much,
obstacle.
Dr. Kitapat, for your answer. Henny, I would like to announce my international conference that you says you have to go to Thailand, right? To access for awuso.net. The end of this year, I will arrange the international conference, and I will invite all of you and your colleagues from many university who under INEC, right? INEC Association to join our international conference in Bangkok or maybe in Chiang Mai, the northern of Thailand, right? With the beautiful culture and beautiful traditional event. Okay.
Okay, thank you for the invitation, informal invitation.
Right.
I hope Professor Hasin can approve so that me and my colleague can go for your international conference there.
Okay.
Maybe some information in what months, Mr. Tony?
Maybe in November or December. I will inform you later.
Okay, thank you very much for informal invitation. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we have our fabulous speaker from Thailand. So next, I will give the certificate. And I invite Mrs. Ulfa as a Vice Director will give certificate officially.
Okay, thank you, Mrs. Henny.
This is certificate as speaker for Associate Professor Dr. Tani Glomjai, Mr. Glolepon Pusopa, PhD, Mr. Dr. Sarawut Sritain, and Mr. Kritaput Fukron, PhD. Thank you so much for being our speaker today. I hope that all of you always be success. Thank you very much, Mr. Tani and team.
Thank you so much for your invitation to attend your conference, and I and my friends give a chance to share our opinion for the Thai health problem and Thai health strategy to control the disease and to encourage our people for the health status, for the quality of life. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. So this is the end of the session. As we come to the end of today's session, I want to extend my heartfelt thanks to our incredible speakers for sharing their knowledge and expertise. Your contribution inspire and empower our health community. Thanks to all attendants for your active participation and engagement. We hope you leave today with the new ideas, valuable connection, and renewed passion for the critical work you do every day. And me, as a moderator, apologize for a board speaker. Maybe there is something that we get wrong in pronunciation to mention your name, because that's very different with our usual name in Indonesia. And me apologize for those participants who ask a question, but we cannot answer because we have a limited time. So thank you once again, and have a wonderful day for all of you. Let me now invite Mrs. Nisfield to continue with the next agenda. So once again, have a wonderful day, everyone, and goodbye.
Well, thank you to Ms. Henny. It was such a great discussion, I think. And now we continue to give the certificate to moderator. Okay. Mrs. Henny, this is the certificate for you, special for you. Thank you so much for being our moderator for our couple days of the Noor Huda Mustofa International Conference 2025. Thank you so much.
Thank you, with pleasure.
Once again, thank you to all the great speakers and great moderator today. I hope that you are always in health and success. Well, now, ladies and gentlemen, after finishing this second session of the speaker presentations, we will announce the best oral presentations. Okay. Well, I'll start. The best oral presentators from room 1 goes to M. Afif Rizal Husni from Noor Huda Mustofa University. Congratulations. And then the best oral presentator from room 2 goes to Ajrul Muslihin from Fikir Public Health Center Bangkalan. Congratulations. And then the best oral presentators from room 3 goes to Trisna Hadi Pranata from Dinas Pengendalian Penduduk dan Keluarga Berencana Bangkalan. Congratulations. And then the best oral presentator from room 4 goes to Fityatun Muknisa from Noor Huda Mustofa University. Congratulations. And the last but not least, the best oral presentators from room 5 email. Thank you. Okay. Now we are entering the last agenda is closing. Let us close this event by reciting Hamdalah together. Alhamdulillahirabbil alamin.
Alamin.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. This is all the first Noor Huda Mustofa International Conference 2025 with the theme Advancing Health, Science, Informations and Technology based on local culture for sustainable development. I'm Niswil Mufida as a Master of Ceremony with all of the committee to apologize if there are many mistakes during these events. Thank you very much for all the fabulous participants. See you next year on the second Noor Huda Mustofa International Conference 2026. And wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Give a big round of applause. Thank you so much for all. Yeah. Okay. Excuse me. Now, the last sessions is photo sessions. Maybe the operator can help to do the photo sessions, please. Okay, please for all the participants, please open your camera or set your camera on and do the best pose and your best smile, I think. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. 1, 2, 3. The next slide. Okay. Give your best smile and symmetric smile, I think. Yeah, your two finger like this. Yeah, with the love pose. Okay, is it up? Finish? Finish. Okay, thank you so much for all. And the operator can play the video again. Thank you. See ya.